Good evening, everyone. How's everyone doing? Hope that this message finds you all well and safe. I hope that you folks are doing well, mentally, spiritually, physically. You're all in a good place, and hoping that we'll be able to meet in person again soon, one of these days. I'm hoping that we'll be able to get through this as quickly as possible and as correctly as possible as well. So I know this is starting to become a little bit of a struggle for some of you, but keep strong, stay patient. Good things come to those who wait. So move on now to our third week of remote learning. And as you know, we have the remainder of this week, and we also have a Monday through Thursday next week. And then it's spring break. What? Indeed. So just a couple of things to square away. First and foremost, I figured that an explanation of the recorded Socratic seminar written down is really not enough. I figured that I should also take some time to also explain it to you verbally as well. And basically what the recorded Socratic seminar is you've already made your groups of 4 to 5 students, and you already have your central question. What you're going to end up doing is you folks are basically going to work together, work independently, and just prepare for a Socratic seminar where you folks will be asking each other questions, bringing up arguments, counter arguments, analyzing historical events and people, and putting it all to within the singular context of the central question. The key thing you have to remember is this, though. This project is going to be graded individually. There really is no group component to this at all. However, though, despite that, I do still expect you folks to encourage your fellow peers, to encourage your fellow members to also make sure that they're playing a part as well. Because if this is a conversation that involves all people within your group, it's just going to make your presentation all that much better. It's going to make the overall Socratic seminar all that more enriching, and it ultimately lead to a better grade for everyone involved. So make sure you're definitely encouraging one another. Make sure you're challenging one another. And the key thing I will also say is you want to make sure that this doesn't become like a one-sided conversation where, okay, well, we all agree on this, and yeah, we have nothing else to say about the other side. Granted, that may be the case, and that probably will be happening. But even if that is the essence of it, of what happens, just remember one thing. You can bring up counter arguments and then refute those as well. So if you are going to all be on the same side of the conversation, that's perfectly fine. But you definitely do need to acknowledge the other side of it, and you need to speak towards it as well. In addition, another key aspect with the recorded Socratic seminar is the fact that you definitely want to make sure that you check out the rubric. You definitely check out the expectations of it. Understand that it's a 10 to 15 minute Socratic seminar held between you and your partners. And yes, it must be recorded. In addition, I don't know if this was obvious to everyone, you can do this multiple times, meaning that, let's say you record it once, you're just like, no, I really don't like how this turned out. You guys, if you all agree upon it, you can record it again, obviously. This isn't just a one-trick pony. This isn't just like, okay, we're going to do this once, and whatever happens, happens. You can do multiple takes of it. I just want the end result. Although bloopers will be invited as well. In fact, bloopers will be extra credit. Anyway, moving on from there. Next up, folks, as you know, we are coming to an end of a unit. One of the objectives I really wanted to push for was to finish this unit before spring break. Well, spring break ends next Thursday, and I fully intend on doing one last unit test for this. Now, the unit test is not going to be multiple choice. There's going to be no short answers. There's really not even going to be any arguments. Instead, what's going to end up happening is you're going to be given one question, a main question. You're also going to be given 7 different documents, 7 different primary sources. Now, each of those documents will have guiding questions to them. You don't have to complete the guiding questions. However, it's definitely suggested to you. Even though you're not going to submit them to me, I would definitely suggest you checking them out as a way to help you understand what the document's trying to say. So what's going to end up happening is I don't even want you to write an essay. I just want you to look at the question, analyze all 7 documents, and then from there, create an outline of a potential essay that you would write on the topic. Now, I'm going to give you the scaffold for the outline in and of itself. All you have to do is just fill it out within an hour. That's your only task. And that'll be the end of the unit. And then when we come back, folks, after spring break, we're going to jump into World War I and pretty much get into the 1900s. So that should be very exciting. Now, for today's assignment, just like last class's assignment, the focus is preparing you for the Socratic seminar that's due on April 9th. Now, today's assignment has 2 different parts to it. Part 1 is challenging the essence of imperialism, because these imperialist nations said, oh, these countries need improvement. Oh, they need education. Oh, they need to be modernized. They need to be Christianized. They had all these different concerns of these peoples. Today's assignment is going to actually challenge that and say, well, did those people actually really need Western civilization? Did they really need these European and American and Japanese imperial powers coming in and influencing their culture and way of life? That's the key question we're going to look at. Today, what your first objective is going to be is to disprove the essence of imperialism. Did these people that were colonized really need the help of these imperial powers? That's the first assignment what you're going to do, where in essence what you're going to do is you're going to find examples throughout history that shows all these different areas, quite frankly, didn't need their help. Thanks, but no thanks. The second assignment today that I'm also going to do is this, though, is we're also going to look to the counter of that, where, okay, we've seen some pretty negative aspects of imperialism. We've seen the invasion of peoples, the forceful mandates, people being forced to buy things and produce and meet quotas, so on and so forth. But what we're also going to ask ourselves is this: well, what actual positives came out of it? Because if you look at a lot of these countries, these footprints of Europeans being there are still left to this day. It's evident in the hospitals, the universities that are still there. A lot of the infrastructure all stems back to that time period. So for the second assignment, you're finding examples of positive reinforcement and positive actions done by these imperialist nations. Now, once you are done with both of these assignments, for all intents and purposes, folks, you can begin planning for your Socratic seminar. You can break up into smaller groups, contact your fellow group members, and start breaking down and getting ready for the Socratic seminar. As always, if you have any questions, please email me. Once again, you'll notice a full description of the Socratic seminar has been put into a Google Classroom in a material tab, as has the upcoming test and basically what's going to be happening with that. An example of the scaffold that I expect you folks to be filling out on test day. That being the case, I wish you all the best of luck. If you need anything, I'm here for you guys. I'm only an email away. I wish you all the best. Be safe. Wash your hands. And we'll see you again soon, all right? Be safe.